And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
2nd down and 3. In motion, Aguilar. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Eluding the pressure right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. In motion, Aguilar. This time, Jackson will throw it. Throwing quickly for Mark Andrews. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. In motion right is Aguilar. 3rd and goal, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead is Hall. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Rodgers going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Back to the ground with Hall. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4. On play action. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Throwing is Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry.
Room past the 35.
As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Henry running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle. 2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Jackson now.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. The slot man in motion right.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A handoff for Hall.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get it back here just past the 35. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. And the slot man goes in motion left. Rodgers again now. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Rodgers will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they got 1 of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry.
He thought he was gonna come back after I'd been declined that shit. Alright.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing right away is Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's Williams. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's Swift.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
One more time with Swift.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. In motion, the tight end.
To the air, Penix.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. In motion goes McLeod. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Williams.
He finds his target, Allen. And down inside the 15 he goes.
A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, was strictly the run.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Swift going to try up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Throwing is Williams.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Good try. 28 yen. What up, 28 yen?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd down and 4. Here's Penix.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And looking to throw, Penix.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Damn.
Well, now how about this return? And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson looking to throw right away. This will go to Henry out wide. Finding room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Here's Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 55 yards. And the Ravens need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. He's still barreling through. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll throw with Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. On the toss, here's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, 34 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. And looking to throw, Penix. That one out wide and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Jackson now. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. These two teams all tied after 1. Five wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack. and take some of that momentum.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Jackson completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Here's 3rd and 3. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now Jackson.
Let's go.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The rookie from Washington putting it right where he needs to. He's got his guys a 1st down.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
To the air, Penix. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Dancing to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Now it's Jackson. That is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here.
Damn.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Penix to the air once more.
Steps away to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Thanks for the lights, bro. I think so.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Hey, share the live. Share the live, chat.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think Luke.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
I need a download. I'm finna download it.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion goes the tight end. And looking to throw, Penix. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Robinson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Penix. Buying time to his left. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Oh,
and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. Jackson now down around his goal line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll try the right side with Henry. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Richie Grant.
And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll throw with Penix.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Falcons will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Here's Jackson.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. Flush to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Jackson. The short one there, caught by Likely.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. This pass is caught by London.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
116 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Throw left side. There's London.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Tyler Algier.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
Let's go.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw with Penix.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Rondell Moore.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because One team was clearly better than the other in this one, and while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. The first down screen pass, good for 5. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Penix working out of the gun here. That's complete to Mooney.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over.
And this play still live. He faked the spike. Gonna throw it. And he'll be touchdown in the end, but a big play on that one.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Jackson, first play, going to throw.
A short throw caught by Andrews. Pushing his way through. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 1.
Now Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Let's go.
The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ray McCloud from 21 yards away.
And the Falcons are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
To throw is Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Arnold Ebiketie in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Got him.
Oh, had to get it out quickly.
Let's go.
He will score. Touchdown,
Let's
Falcons.
fucking go.
A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Jalen.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
For the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Now he's free to midfield.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
To the air, Penix.
Forced out to his left. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
2nd quarter now, Falcon football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here.
That one deep for London. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big. But this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Jackson will throw again.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A first carry for Tyler Algier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. Robinson toss play left side.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Now motion left with Mooney. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
The rookie from Washington putting it right where he needs to. He's got his guys a first down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Operating from the gun, Penix.
This is caught.
And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix
scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Coup for the extra point.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Oh, shit.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
He returns the kick 88 yards to the house. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Dancing to his left. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now Penix.
Steps away to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep is Steven Sims. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down to the 10.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked on all week long.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by one score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
In motion, Aguilar.
And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Escaping the pressure right.
Open man, that's Henry.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Henry up the middle and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Oh.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Coup now for the point after.
And the lead is up to 14. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Rolling to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Jackson now on the move to his left.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Here's Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons.
Y'all see that, chat? Y'all see that again? I had to take a piss quickly.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. underway in Buffalo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The tight end in motion right. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
To the air, Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir,
52 yards.
and the Bills march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Again, it's Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd down and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd down, Henry. A beautiful fake.
And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his left. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it. Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
They run again on 1st down. Cook.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
To throw, it's Allen. It's caught by Coleman. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the right sideline.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
And they'll accept that penalty. Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. A final shot before half for Allen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. They go play action now. Jackson forced out to his left.
Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start the drive with Cook. Cook able to take it and right down Broadway. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
James Cook,
73 yards.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here's Jackson.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. He's to the 10.
And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick-6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
That was crazy.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Rasul Douglas picks it.
Still going.
And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Oh, he fakes the spike.
But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
To the right side here, caught by Kincaid.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch.
No more Madden. No more Madden. I think I'm finna get up right here. Nah, stay on for a little bit longer.
You and I would never have that kind of chemistry. Hey, I'd be a great teammate. I've seen you trip over your own left foot.
Let me change this.
No, thank you.
There are a lot of combinations in a six-man tag match. What's your best course of action here? You have to know everyone's weaknesses in the ring. Not just your teammates, but your opponents too. If you keep that in mind throughout the six-man match, you can prevent any mismatches.
Big back body drop.
Man.
Oh, he's got him here. He's got him up.
And
Loomis looking helpless to every attack. Yeah, Eric is really remaining the aggressor here.
there's a tag. Opponent off the ropes.
Go on, big back body drop.
His body has to be racked with pain. This match has been such chaos.
Up and down, but a jarring back suplex. And there's more. What a leg drop.
Dexter Loomis is, I think, trying to get the crowd involved. I mean, the guy never talks. Someone help me here.
You're all alone, Michael.
Makes the much-needed tag.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
And into the turnbuckle he goes. Knife edge chop echoing through the arena. He counters with a great reversal.
What's Eric forming here?
Uh-oh. Joe capitalizes on that misstep. Kicks directly to the chest.
Oh, meet the backside of an elbow. Big boot to the gut and a thunderous forearm to follow.
Joe is feeding off the WWE Universe.
We're going to see it.
Gut-wrench powerbomb.
Pull back in. Belly-to-belly suplex.
And Gacy is firmly in command.
Yeah, some flaws in Eric's game plan are being exposed.
Dropped with a discus clothesline.
Looking at their opponent from behind, driven down and locking it in. Rings of Saturn.
And writhing in pain, trying to find an escape.
I think his hopes of that are running out quick.
That's it. The submission window is too much to handle.
Here are your winners, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis.
This shit froze.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Black flag on everything.
You know it's the Mac Militant.
Coming to get it on.
You got with the ACK. I break rules. If you wanna come and make my day, now say, hey, get out of my way. I'm coming to thunder and lightning and striking. I'm inviting you all to the storm. Feel the pain that I'm trying to contain. My heart is as black as the blood in my veins, and I'm coming to get it in.
And here we go with this tag team matchup. Taking part in this one, we have Cora J. Hey, Katana chance. Maxine into the cover, but is it enough? She's quick to get her shoulder up.
A little over-eager with that cover.
Jade fell right into that one. Oh, what a hip toss.
Great athleticism and a drop kick to finish. Blocked up in the corner.
Strong counter from Jade. She reverses and creates an opportunity. Drop kick.
Hits the mark.
Bang, what a knee. It pulls off the reversal. Quick thinking that time.
Great counters here. Several reversals. Neither superstar able to penetrate their opponent's defense. Jade with the
submission. Oh. And Jade's toughness being put to the test. Yeah, and that can be a building block for Maxine to build upon. Set hard into the corner. Got their opponent draped over the top rope for a hanging cross arm bar. Painful. With the lariat. Drop kick. Into the steel steps. And Dupree channeling her energy here. Oh, this is not good at all. The pendulum backbreaker stretch. She could be on her way to a countout. Look at this, just driving the knee into the spine. Oh, put the brakes on Dupree. Running Hurricane Run. Fantastic. Oh. Chop block. Brilliant. Right to the back of the knee. Oh, wicked kick to the lower back. This is a situation you want to avoid. Oh, face first off the apron. And now she delivers her back into the ring. Guys, this might actually end in a countout. And she just barely makes it back before the official's final count. Lands a timely reversal. Counters on top of counters, and these opponents are at an impasse. Swinging neckbreaker. Textbook. That's how you wear down your opponent. Oh, man. Looks like her opponent's not going to need a chiropractor. And Maxine has picked up the pace. Cora's getting knocked back at every turn. Effective arm drag. Oh, spike face first. Face busting first. As the leg trap, fisherman suplex. Could be seconds away from seeing Jade fall. Maxine Dupree. Suplex. Dupree can be looking to end this. Shoulders down. Saving their teammate and the match for now. Jade must be phased after this string of action. Maxine's offense is debilitating. Drop toe hold, face first. Running Hurricane Rana. What a Hurricane Rana. And blow after blow being absorbed by the midsection. That has to make breathing quite difficult. Placed against the turnbuckles. Running drop kick in the corner. Textbook leg sweep. Nicely done. Katana has taken the advantage here. Jade needs to find a trick in her playbook now. Lands face first.
Unbelievable athleticism.
All measured up. Oh, drop kick to the spine.
And things aren't looking good here. I think the ref might need to put a stop to this. Those focused attacks on the torso might have done some serious internal damage.
Climbing up, she got something big planned here. Climbing the turnbuckles to the top.
If this lands, it's over.
Katana chance with a Phoenix splash. Transitions into the pin. Is this it?
And looking at Katana chance.
Drop kick.
Beautiful. Cora can't find a foothold in this match.
You cannot stop Katana when she's going. Amazing face breaker by Chance. That can be Jade's demise.
And a drop kick. Picture perfect. Catching a drop kick. Drop kick on target.
It could be all over here.
Wow, got it. Big time tag team win.
Here are your winners. The team of 14, Katana Chance, Maxine Dupree, and Jade Cargill.
Burn it down!
So here we go, Extreme Rules. Basically, anything goes. You can win by pinfall or submission.
Every hole, every surface, every object in the arena is all fair game for these combatants.
Tombstone slam. Looking for more damage here. Release back suplex. Ouch.
I honestly can't believe we just saw a human being tossed like that.
Just disrespectful.
That's going to fire you up with anger.
In a match with no disqualifications, you really want to lean into that stipulation.
From the middle rope.
Someone get the spatula. We have a human being to scrape up. From the top. Oh, my God. There it is. He can end it here.
Stops the red count before two.
I think this match still has a ways to go. Stomp after stomp after stomp.
And if the first stop doesn't send you the message, the follow-up ones definitely will.
Getting the upper hand by taking away your opponents.
Call secretary. Tell me we found the hammer.
Shoulders down, this could be it.
And he breaks the count quickly.
Showing his determination there with that kick out.
Here it comes.
From the top rope. Boom! What a right. Gosh.
Through the clothesline.
Didn't even get to one. Cut off with a kick to the gut. Caught with a lariat. He got him square in his sights here. He bounces off the rope with the recoil lariat.
Is it enough? Is this the end? Now here's Evans. Sent flying out of the ring here. Priest has him lined up. Priest with the homage to his idol. With a rope. Trying to string together as many hits with that weapon as possible. Taking this fight back into the ring. Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous. Loves the chance kick. Holding nothing back, striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now. I can't watch this anymore. Just someone make it stop. He's looking to take this fight to a whole new level. Then schoolboy trying to put this one away. He gets the kick out after the one. There is no quit in this man tonight. Carefully placed stomp to the arm. Bullseye. Angelo's shoulders are down. Ending the 3 count. Using the rope to their advantage. Very effective. One right hand, another, and another. Fighting out of it. Neither one of these men are showing any signs of staying down. Yeah, but it can't last much longer at this pace. And Sheamus. He's going for that hot blast off. What? Sheamus going for the pin. Going for the cover.
action. In tonight's bout, we begin with Roman Reigns, Tama Tonga, Uncle Howdy, and Javon Evans. And they'll be in for one hell of a tag team match as they square up with Jerry Sweat, John Herman, Joel Wheeler, and Noam Dar.
It is going to be all about teamwork and partnership here tonight.
Roman's shoulders are down. And a quick kick out.
And I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole, his opponent included.
Does this style of match favor a more unhinged superstar?
Oh, yeah. You need a twisted imagination to take full advantage of a no disqualification match. That said, someone comes out on top in this tag team match.
Here are your winners, the team of
Superstars in their respective corners now for this tag team match. For this competition, we're about to see Kane, Roman Reigns, Uncle Howdy, and Javon Evans. And on the other side of the ring, they are facing off with Karrion Kross, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, and Roddy Piper.
We have to be expecting a frenetic pace in this matchup. These teams stop for nothing. They all go from building. And makes the tag to their partner. Crossbody wipes them out.
It's hard to imagine there's really much of a strategy in a DQ match.
Yeah, but there actually is, Cole. A lot of the strategy is about escalation, knowing when to take offense to the next level, whether it's something high risk or with a weapon from under the ring. There's strategy there, whether you like it or not.
And now propped up in the corner.
Uncorked a big punch.
Oh, what a clubbing blow.
Oh, man.
Counters to gain the advantage.
Big punch finds its mark. Rod tag made. Oh, man.
Kane with some good timing here. Uh-oh. Elbow drop. Wear and tear of this match is clearly starting to get to him.
We knew this match would be full-on havoc. So did these superstars. Flapjack. Gosh, landing face first. Kick to the gut. Ranked around into a neck breaker. Oh, right to the throat. Ooh.
And Kross is brought to a disadvantage now.
I assure you, Karrion Kross was not expecting to be in this position.
Placed him in the corner here.
Double axe handle. Ooh. Double axe handle connects.
Howdy's attack gets reversed.
point.
Vicious right forward. Has him up for the power slam.
Countering by the DDT.
Clotheslines. Lord, so effective.
Leaning on the turnbuckle here.
Goodness, blasted right into the corner.
And he's ready to switch things up, tagging out.
High-risk territory for Evans. Watch out!
Oh, gosh. That looked like a bad landing.
Punch lands. Maybe thinking about some tag team action. What's this gonna be? Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me! Hurricane into a power bomb.
Each superstar trying to counter and gaining advantage. Hits the leg with an ankle lock submission.
Oh, look at the torque. Ankle's locked. There's no way. It's difficult to get out of the ankle. He's able to do it.
Snapmare.
Cross is becoming a blind mess in there.
Roman Reigns makes the tag. What a headbutt.
Vicious.
Oh, man, right to the esophagus. And a series of vicious stomps.
His head is becoming a bigger target. Oh, the reversal by Cross.
A string of counters.
Kick to the gut. And a big right hand.
What's he gonna do to Cross?
And there's the Uranagi. Landed them. Roman Reigns has just taken command. And Roman might just have more in store.
Endless knee strikes. Reigns is getting set up. Reigns ready to strike.
Superman punch. Right to the back of the neck. What a blow. Roman Reigns about to close it for no getting up from this. Reigns put his stamp on this one. He puts him into the corner. Well scouted.
And Cross is finally changing the tempo with that attack. Yeah, showing he's got some fight left in him.
Oh, God. The devil's favorite demon with the devil's favorite sidewalk slam. Draped across the top rope. Flying forearm. Oh, did you hear that? Shocking inside cradle. Packages could be in it. He breaks the ref's count after one.
You expect these pins to last much longer at this stage in the match.
Oh, look at mounting, and now the punches hammering away. Ruthless. And one after another.
Gets set right into the corner. Finds some payback with their own reversal. Takedown. Oh, gosh. Now's the time to find that second win. Kane, uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Thunderous. Will that stop Cross? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Anticipation. Piper making it clear he owns all the cards in this one. Rapid fire, the old forearm smash combo. Sends the knee to the face. That was targeted. Goodness. Oh, what a Mariana. Flattened. Oh, the elbow caught and cleared to the floor. Blasted by a forearm. Going to the top rope. Watch his split.
Someone needs to step in. Send it to the stairs. That'll stop anybody.
He's slow to get up and unaware of the massive target on his back. He almost got caught by that one. No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury. This is beyond personal. This is about putting the competition in elimination. Oh, God. Sammy can't find a foothold in this match. Yeah, tough night so far for Sammy. Climbing up the turnbuckle here. Tossed away with the exploder. Touch. That shot on Javon did not miss. Really showing aggression that won't be contained. Stiff kick. Got him in the corner now. That unraveled on Zayn. Snapping takedown. Roundhouse kick. Face locked into the chair. Perhaps looking for some kind of equalizer here.
He's got a kendo stick, a weapon we've seen used to great effect time and time again. Oh, man, kendo shot to the head. That can't feel good.
And he got there. He made the tag. And Cross fends it off. That act of defiance is only going to provoke carrying cross. Listen to this place. It's electric. And with every additional hit to the head, you wonder if he should stay in this fight.
That's up to him and the referee. I agree. This is concerning. There's the tag. And it is on. No! Did you hear the thud?
Check out the springboard. Oh, my God. All the momentum in the corner of Evans now.
Evans is fired up, gentlemen. Oh, man. Never saw it coming.
And a drop kick. Picture perfect.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down. From the top. Through the air. It connects.
The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward. Hey, you can't do that.
Stopping the ref's count at 2.
I am in shock.
Here's the cover.
Not like this.
Kick out just before 2.
I am shaking my head in disbelief over how he managed to get the shoulder.
He has to be the one to hurt here.
I expect the tag soon here. Have to take the chance to get your win back deep into the match.
Adios. And he makes the tag.
Watch out, coming in hot. Kane with the grip. All the way. Choke slam. That could end Roddy's night. Ooh, a vicious shot right to the dome. Elusiveness from
This is just turning into a savage display of violence.
He dodges out of danger. A chain of reversals here. Every motion guy. All the way up. Choke slam. Straight from him. Kane stamping an end to this. And they steal the win. What a tag match.
Here are your winners. The team of Kane Roman Reigns.
All right, chat. 3 hours in. This one actually did like 6 today, but I want to make sure do some shit tomorrow. Later. Tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna go live because I'm about to listen to this show tomorrow. So yeah, be out for that. I'll be going live and probably doing videos and shit on there.